All right, good morning, guys. Got HTBX popping up here right now. Trying to break 3. What's up, One Life? It's starting to break. Oh, there it goes. There's a little delay in my Thinkorswim. See, it's getting hung up at the pre-market high. Coming right back down here. So that's DPW doing. DPW is selling off so far. Boxlight selling off. That looks like crap. See, AIK has a lot of volume, it looks like. BRQS. Okay, a couple things that got some volume now. Let's see what BRQS is about. So they got a COVID press release. GN looks barcodey. Yeah, KI is not doing anything yet. Yeah, Friday I was really busy. I didn't really have enough time. Let's see. HTBX gonna come back up here. I'm gonna go on HTBX here, see if it breaks 304. There it goes, breaking over 304 now. Let's see, it's trying to get through 310. There it goes, pushing through 310 to 315. There we go, pushing through 315 all the way up to 320. See if we get through 320 here. 320 is holding up as a little bit of resistance. Ooh, a lot of sellers at 320. This candle's got 30 seconds to close. This candle needs to close over 3 at least, but I don't know, it's getting a little sketchy. There we go, starting to push back up a little bit. I'm gonna put a stop loss at 290 just for now, just below that 9, just in case something dramatic happens. See if it can hold up at pre-market high at 304. I don't know, it's looking a little sketchy. 305 doesn't hold up as support. 305 dropping here. Oh, cracking below 3 now. See if this pushes back up over 3 here on this candle. If it doesn't, then this is probably done. 320 might have been all it had. It's getting real close to my stop loss here. I may get stopped out if this can't push back up off of this 9 here. Really need to see this candle get back over 3. Got a minute for it to do it. Just plenty of time. This is getting real sketchy. It is not pushing back up. Just to get off this 290 area here. This looks like it may crack here. I'm about to have to get out. So I'm going to put my stop loss at 289. As it drops below the bottom of this red candle, it's probably going to be done. Let's see. What's everything else doing? DPW down to 4. Okay, now it's starting to push back up a little bit. Let's see. DPW trying to find some support at 430. See, ATBX pushing back to 3. See if we can get over 3 here. Okay, now we're back over 3. We're trying to anyway. HTBX is really having some issues trying to get back over this 3 area. See this 1 minute. How's volume looking? Good morning, Epic. I don't know about HTBX. This is I think HTBX could go either way at this point. Needs to break over this downtrend on the 1 minute though. Because if not, it's just going to keep following this downtrend down. See if this 1 minute candle can break over this downtrend. A minute and a half on this 5 minute candle to close. I'm selling at 297. They need to take that wall down at 297. There we go. There you go. Nice, Mark. Nice little quick one on. Now we got a big wall at $3 again, like there was earlier. You see this wall. If this wall gets taken out, I'll feel a little bit better about this. It needs to get back over 3. See, we got 15 seconds on this 5 minute candle here. Oh, now we got selling pressure coming in. Buying pressure could not push it over 3. This may crack here. Just move this. Oops. And there's just a lot of selling right there at 3. I'd say shorters are probably in this because of it being this is the 4th day it's moved up. So that's probably what a lot of the selling pressure is. Shorters trying to break it down from here. So I say we need to see it break back over 3. There we go. Now we're popping back over 3. We get them shorters start covering. Give me just a second, guys. But like I was saying, if we can get those shorters start to covering, this could start popping. See, we're kind of in a triangle here. We got some resistance at 310 as well. I'm starting to get through that now. There we go. And 320 was the spot earlier. Oh, we're coming back down again. 320 was the resistance earlier, so if it can get back up there, we'll see what it does. But if 320 can't break again, I'll probably lock out there. If it gets up to 320. Need to start seeing support build at $3. As tough as $3 has been as resistance, it needs to turn into support. And then we need new buyers to come in. We're not really getting a lot of new buyers yet. There was a 100K buyer at 308. I didn't see that. I must have missed that. Maybe it was when I walked away. Got a little bit at 305, but not a lot. We really need more buyers to hold this up as much selling pressure as it's had so far. There we go. So now we're starting to see buyers try to hold up 305. And we're still kind of in this downtrend here, though. Oh, so 100K seller at 308. Yeah, there's been some big sellers. That's what I'm saying. I think shorters are sitting in this trying to bring it down. So it's gonna be a little bit of a tug of war. And that's what it's kind of been this first little bit. See, starting to pop over 310. Again, let's see. Where's the tops of these candles? 315. See, it's just struggling so hard to get over this downtrend. Every time it starts to pop above, sellers are pushing it right back below it. This is the 4th day in a row that it's been green, so it is going to have some problems really trying to break out at this point. Unless enough buyers can come in and squeeze out all these shorters. And that's what I'm pretty much looking for, is just a short squeeze on this and see if it can really get popping. See 305. Need to see 3. 3 needs to hold up as support here. It's trying, but it's getting weak. Yeah, see 3 crack there. Now we got a bunch of sellers at 3 again. And shorters are trying to hold this down. This may not work out. 3 keeps holding up as resistance and not as support. It's not really a good thing. Alright, we took that wall out at 3 again, so I don't know. This is a tug of war. Like I said, it's going to be a tug of war. It's going to be a tough trade. And like I said, unless new buyers come in and squeeze out these shorts, that's pretty much what we gotta see. See, three cracked again. Really don't want it to get, well, I was about to say, we really don't want it to get below 296. 296 is where the 9 is on the 5 minute. Buyers were coming in there, so we need to see them at least coming in there. See, this candle's got 10 seconds to close. Alright, now we're back over 3 again. No, you want to see buying volume come in here soon. If buying volume doesn't come in, because we're getting to the tip of this little triangle here, if it doesn't come in soon, then this is going to probably crack. Shorters might win the battle. selling off. Yikes, nothing is doing anything. Is the SPY dropping right now? What's the SPY look like? Oh, SPY dropping a little. I would probably say you are right, Dom. It's kind of the feeling I'm getting with all this consolidation. I mean, this is a lot of consolidation. Especially for it to push for a new high a day over pre-market high and then not break any more than that. I am an RN. Oh wow, that's a nice run so far. $4 run on this guy. Pretty nasty run. This needs to get back over 3 soon. We are building higher lows, but we're also building lower highs, which is why we're getting this little triangle squeeze like this sideways triangle. Ton of sellers at 3 again. Can we get 3? Can we break over 3 again? No, still struggling. Still struggling with 3. Yeah, wedge, yep. When I got in this, I wasn't expecting it really to make a triangle. It was just breaking over the pre-market high. But that's where we're at now. We're in this little wedge triangle. God, man, it really needs to push back up right now. If it drops below 290, this is done. See, there's some big buyers at 290. If they get taken out, this is over. It looks like it's going to crack to me. If it doesn't get back over 3 on this candle, I think it's going to crack. I mean, we just don't have a lot of buyers in here. All these buying volume candles are pretty low, and these selling candles are a lot higher. We're just not getting a ton of buying volume. I'll check INO when I get a chance. Right now I'm in a trade. I can't stop what I'm doing. Especially not right while it's right at my stop loss here. I gotta make sure to see what this is gonna do here. Let's see my. Yeah, NIO popping up. It had a little flag here. That would have been a good entry. Possibly another flag, but come on, at least get back over 295. Sitting here struggling with 295. That's not a good sign. Look at this big sellers coming in at 294. Yeah, I think this is gonna crack real soon. Here's a big buyer sitting on 292. Now he's at 291. He's getting taken out. 290 starting to crack. It's about to crack. Whoa, I didn't get. There we go. There I got stopped out. So couldn't break. Couldn't break. Too much selling pressure. Too much selling pressure. But after four days of green, that's usually what happens. It's done. If it cracks below 280, it's absolutely, yeah, that's done. Alright, well, so much for that. IMRN is still ripping. Yeah, K looks. Yeah, that was because of shorters. That's what I'm saying. Shorters were trying to win this battle, and the shorters win the battle, it's going to have a big nasty drop like that. There's quite a bit of slippage on my stop loss there because of how quick and hard it dropped. Just too much selling all at once. That was what I was concerned about, but it is what it is. It didn't break. Let's see, let's look here at DPW. And we got a little triangle on DPW at 4 here. Whoops. If this starts to break 450, I might go. I'm going to go. It's starting to push up pretty quickly. It's a little sketchy of an entry, though. Oh man, screwed the pooch there. Yeah, man, I screwed the pooch. I tried to jump in there at the break of 450, but it didn't. It broke real quick and then pulled right back down, so that's really not a good sign. I'm gonna give DPW a little chance here. Give it a few minutes. Probably got a little too gung-ho there on that entry. Let's see 430 hold up. If 430 doesn't hold up, probably get out because it could go all the way back down to 4 if 430 doesn't hold. Want to build new highs or new higher lows. You can see 430 trying to build support here. Now we're starting to push back to that 450 again. We want to see it break 450 and hold. It needs to hold above 450 once it breaks. It needs to become new support. There we go, breaking over 450. So some big sellers at 455 though. Push us right back below 450. Don't get hung up here. If it gets hung up at this downtrend, like HTBX did, then it could be another rough ride here. Yeah, push over 450. There you go. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. There we go. Nice little downtrend break here. Starting to break a little bit. See what 475 looks like. Looks like 475 is going to be a little, yeah, 475 is going to be some resistance here. Let's see if it can break through that. And then let's see, where else do we have resistance at? 5. 5 is going to be main resistance. Ooh, coming back down a little bit. Like I said, at this point we need to see 450 hold as support. Well, there's a lot of volume on that candle. Over 1 million. So you can see there 450 starting to try to hold as support. We want to see that hold. That's also right where the 9 EMA is too, so that needs to double hold. There we go. Starting to push back up. Get over 465. Some little resistance there at 465. So it needs to get over that. There we go. Let's see. Let's see what happens at 475. Right through 475. Here we go. Come on. Oh, we're starting to pop a little bit. Quick pop all the way up to, what did we get to? 495, 494. I want to see it test 5. If it breaks over 5, this thing might start going crazy. But 5 is going to be tough, because it was only over 5 for a little bit in pre-market. There's definitely some buyers. A lot of eyes on DPW. Here we go, breaking over 4 now. Let's see what 5s looks like. Oh, we're right through 5. Very nice. All the way up to 520. Let's see if 5 starts holding that support. Well, 5 needs to hold a support here. Just trying. We're through 510 all the way up through 520. 525 is going to be some resistance. Yeah, 525 is going to be probably next resistance. That may be my price target if it tries to go back up again, unless it drops back below 5 here. We got buyers trying to hold it up at 5 though. That's what we need to see. So we got 10 seconds. This needs to close over 5. If this candle closes over 5, I think we may be off to the races. Maybe. Yeah, we closed over 5. Let's see if buying volume comes in and pushes us up. Pushing over 510 through 5. Oof, we hit 520 again. It came right back down. Let's see if it can break through that 520. Kind of getting a double top here, though. Five starting to crack. Let's see, is this going to be people just locking out profit? Starting to come down a little bit. Just trying to figure out if this is a healthy pullback or if this is it. Is this all you got, DPW, or you got more? I at least want to see 475 hold up as support at this point. Okay, 575 or 475 did hold up as some support. Daniel B, you think this is going to run for 2 to 3 days? We'll see. If it gets back over 5 again and it can push over that 525, I think it is going to go on a pretty decent sized run. But that's a lot of ifs. If it can do all that, we'll see. Right now it's a little sketchy. But you might be right, Daniel B. It could possibly be one of those several day runners, but it's pretty low float. This is extremely low float stock, so a lot of attention on it. That's why I'm saying if it does get over 520, 525, I think it could start going pretty crazy. We'll see it back over 5. Push over 5 like it's no problem. Show us that. Oops, 5 is still holding as a little resistance. We need to break back over 5 here soon. We need to be pushing up, 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 up. There we go, back through 5. All right, let's see what happens. See if we can get up to 520 and break that 520 area. Looks like Daniel B and One Life are both pretty positive on DPW here. See, it still couldn't hold above 5. It really needs to get back above 5. Cracking 475. This is getting a little sketchy. Let's see, we got a minute on this candle. I don't know, guys. I don't know about your positivity. I like the positivity, but I don't know. It's getting a little sketchy. If it can get back over 5, I feel a lot better about it. But the fact it's struggling. Use my patience tool. All right, guys, you're saying that, but I hear you. I hear you about the patience tool. Use the patience. I'm using the patience as much as I can. I was too patient with HTBX and I took a loss, so I don't want to make the same mistake, especially when I've been up on this for the whole entire time I've been in it just about. I don't want to take a loss on it. So y'all are saying patience, and I'm saying don't be greedy, because you guys are starting to sound greedy. But we'll see. We will see. little sketchy. I'm glad y'all are really confident, because I'm not confident in this right now. It should have held up in here. And it should have held up 475. Now we're starting to crack back below. We're starting to crack below 465 if 450 doesn't hold up. I'm letting it do its thing, One Life. I'm letting it. I'm letting it do its thing. I'm listening to you guys. So if I take a loss, I'm blaming it on you. It's all your fault. No, I actually agree with you guys. I think it's going to move pretty big at some point. But I just did not want to see it get back down this low this quick. But it being this low is not really helping my confidence. Kind of because of HTBX. HTBX not doing... Not having the buy-in pressure, that whole little drop on it, that's kind of got me feeling a little sketchy on DPW. So 455 is trying to hold us support on the 1 minute. It wouldn't just crack below 455. I got all kinds of lines. Let me get rid of all these lines. These lines are all crazy. This is driving me nuts. Take that line out. Alright, let's see if we have a trend line starting maybe here. Yeah, just cracked below the 9 EMA. So what is your words of wisdom now? I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is not... I don't know how y'all are being so cool about this. This is not looking good. And the 450 starting to hold up as resistance. Yeah, I hear you guys. I hear you guys. What are you guys in at, Daniel and One Life? What price are you in at for you to be that cool? Because I'm in at 454, so I'm not that cool. If with it dropping below, 440. Like if you guys are in way below, way lower than I am, then that's that's a difference in entry. Of course, you're gonna be a lot cooler and a lot more relaxed. What is y'all's entries? If y'all's entries aren't near mine, then y'all can save all that trash talk, cause it's a whole different story. Daniel, your entry is $5. You're still holding it from $5. Good lord. Well, so you sir are just crazy then. Let's see. Okay, if 440 can, as long as this trend line holds up, then I'll feel all right about this because we're in a triangle. If that's the bottom of the trend line, then we're in a triangle, and I'll feel a lot better. And if it can break back over 450 soon, if it doesn't break over 450 soon, yeah, guys, I don't know. I think you might be wrong on this. So if it doesn't start holding up soon, if it keeps just selling off and selling off, then this is not gonna do anything. Trying to give this a chance here, but it really needs to get over 450 soon. Yeah, I hear you, Daniel B. I'm emotional, but yeah, I don't know, guys. This is not looking good. This has not stopped selling off. Not at all. The fact I have to keep readjusting the trend line for the bottom is real nerve-wracking. There we go. Buyers starting to come back in a little bit finally. $500,000 on that one candle of buyers, so that's a decent sign. But it needs to get back over 450 soon. If it gets back over 450 soon, then I'll probably step away and take a little break while it's doing its thing. But if it doesn't get back over 450, it's not going to do anything. This chart's ugly. If it can get back over 5, though, it's got room all the way up to 12. It has no other resistance past that. We'll see, guys. We'll see. We'll see. You guys are very gung-ho, and you guys are smart traders, so. Let's see, this candle's got a minute and a half to close. See, we're selling off. We're selling off again here. It is not finding support anywhere. 425 is last ditch effort. If it doesn't hold up 425, I can't hold it anymore. That's too much. At tracking? What do you mean by tracking? As long as it doesn't go any lower than this red candle here, then I think it'll be fine. Because new buyers should start coming in now. That's why I just said that, One Life, because that's a doji at support. That's what I was saying. New buyers should start coming in. I said it before you even answered the question, you crazy person. That's what I was saying. If this is the end of this selling, then it should be good to go now. Well, I was nervous because we wasn't getting a doji candle for a long time, and this is a big sell-off from 522 all the way down to 422. That's a whole dollar sell-off. Ooh. Plus, I know DPW. I've traded DPW before. It moves extremely fast once it gets going. That's why I'm nervous on this sell-off, because if it does crack that support, it's going to sell off pretty fast and pretty hard. Okay. We got buying right up this trend line. Buying slowly up this trend line here. Okay, 430 starting to hold as some support. So that's what we want to see. Let me readjust this trend line. There we go. Okay. Needs to hold 430. Guys, this is looking real weak here. See, 420 is trying to hold that support right across there. Hmm. This cracks 420. This is good. This is done. Okay, buyers came and pushed it right back up as soon as it hit 420. So that 420 should be very strong support. But if it cracks 420, I think that's going to be it. Four 25 starting to act as some resistance. I don't like that. Okay, they got taken out. There we go, popping back over 430 here. I don't know, 430 hacking has some resistance a little bit. Alright, I'm going to take a quick little break, get these nerves out. It's driving me nuts, and I'll be right back, guys. Nice Gulab. Uh, not really sure how to say your first name, but Hasib. Is that how you say your last name? Well, my dog came in here. He's saying hi. I don't know if you hear his collar jingling. I don't like that it's having such a hard time getting back over 430. It really needs to push over 430 and start making its way up towards 440. Got a little bit of resistance at 435 now. Well, nice job, Hasima. That's a pretty good profit there. See, it looks like this candle's going to try to close over 430. It's got 4 seconds. There we go. Still struggling with this 430 area. Okay, the buyers are breaking through that little wall at 430, so that's good. Actually got a white doji star right there. Oh, we're starting to actually get some new buyers in. We got a 5,000 share buyer at 430. He just got taken out, but ooh, and I was stopped out there. Yeah, I'm not holding it any lower than that anyway. So I don't know. One Life Daniel B, looks like you may end up being wrong on this one. You guys are normally right, but I don't know. It's not looking great. I'll eat that loss. I should have been smart and locked in when it was way up at 525 and it couldn't break, but it's not looking good. The fact it keeps getting held up at 430, it's kind of the same thing with HTBX, where HTBX just couldn't break above. It couldn't break above. It was trying, then it couldn't, and it couldn't, and it couldn't, it couldn't. Like that type of struggle shows that sellers have control of this. And if $4 cracks, it's definitely going to be done. $4 is like the last hope, but I'm not willing to hold it down to $4. That's as long as I wanted to hold it. That's where I held it at. See, HTBX coming back up a little bit. Got another bit of a triangle on HTBX. Iron Man sold off. AIK not doing anything. BOXL a little pop up, but not much. It gapped down. That was a nasty little gap down on that. G nothing. DLG line nothing. E. BRQS. It looks pretty ugly on the 1 minute. See, 415 tried to hold a support, and it can't even hold a support. It's trying now, but no. 410's starting to crack a little bit. See if 410 cracks. No, 410's trying to hold a support. That's right where that bottom of that trend line is trying to be on this. Let's take a look back at HTBX. Yeah, I don't blame you, Epic. I do not blame you. One Life and Daniel B are really good traders, and they're normally right, but this time I don't think they're right. Especially not at this point. When 420 cracked, that was really a big deal. If 420 could have held, that'd have been a new high, or a new high or low still, and then it could have, you know, climbed back up. But at this point, it broke through that support. Now it's just looking sketchy still. This was the move. That was the move. Didn't lock in. Yeah, it is taking too long, for sure. Now it's testing 410 support. Nice, Epic. If you still made a profit, good job. See, I should have... Both HTBX and DPW, I was up both of them immediately, and I should have locked in on both of them, but, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. This could have been a positive day, and instead it's a negative day, because, you know, there's one emotion that gets you worse than anything, and that is greed. And I got too greedy on DPW and HTBX. Yeah, stop. Yeah, keeping your losses tight is extremely important. Extremely important. Yeah, that's why, you know, even if DPW bounces off of 4 and comes back up and breaks and goes crazy, you know, I just can't hold my entries at 450. I'm not holding from 450 all the way down to $4. This trend line right here I just drew is cracking too. That 410 support couldn't hold as well. $4 is This is the last hope here. If One Life, if you and Daniel B are still holding, $4 is definitely gonna be last hope. If it cracks $4, yeah, if it cracks $4, it'll go all the way down to 358. But I can't hold, like, if I hold it all, if I was to hold it all the way down to $4, and then $4 doesn't hold up, and it drops to 350, I'm taking a huge loss. Because as much potential as DPW has, as much room as it has to run, actually there's a little resistance at 792 and 10 something, but as much room as it has to run doesn't mean that that's going to happen. It's good PR too. They got a electric vehicle charger product line, which EV stocks have been hot. But DPW is a tricky stock. I've traded this stock plenty of times in the past, and it's tricky. Woo! Woo! Cracking through $4 all of a sudden. See, 4 is trying to hold up as support. I'm just going to take his trend line off. But, I mean, you just hit a new... Now it's making lower lows. So that's definitely not a good thing. And that's why I have my stop loss under 420, because you got a low right here at this pivot point at $4 or 403, whatever that is, and then 420 was a low, and that would have been a higher low. So you'd had higher low, but as soon as 420 cracks, now you're pushing back down towards the low, and now you've got a lower low, so not looking good. What's the SPY doing today? Let's see. SPY popped back up. BRQS still slowly climbing. Got resistance at 135 there. Another thing to look at too is look at the buying volume candles recently since the big rip. There's only been one green buying volume candle, and it didn't even hit 1 million back here. You just got way too much selling on this still. And shorters may have been in there too, because this did go from 2 to 539. That's a pretty big move. So we'll give the stream about 10 more minutes here. I want to see if HTBX is going to break out of this triangle, and if DPW is going to hold up $4 or not. And then I'm going to call it a day. So if there's any questions, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in. I am RN selling off some more. IBO, nice climb so far. I believe, who was it? Cream Cake called out IBIO earlier. Couple of different things popping up already. Well, HTBX may crack out of this triangle too. May crack down here. Got a bunch of buyers at 290 again. That's where support was holding earlier, where big buyers were coming in. XBIO. Let's take this off. There we go. XBIO has been getting a little attention lately. Popped up to 180 today, but that 150 area is real tough for XBIO. You can see I had the lines drawn out for it before, because a while back I was watching XBIO for a possible swing. I would like to see where it closes today. If it closes over 150 today, could be a play tomorrow. I'm actually going to put XBI on my watch list just in case. I don't think it's had any news lately. Or any really good news. Well, back in June it did, but... Yeah, no, I don't blame you for observing it. It's one of those stocks that's really low float, and if it does get good PR and volume comes in it, it can move. It can make some really nice moves. I mean, just like today when it did break over 150, it did run up to 180. And that's without any news. If it actually had PR, it could have ran even further. 180 was some tough resistance though, back through here as well, but at least tough for no PR. See, HTBX trying to hold up in here. Yep, still plenty of selling at 3. There's a lot of sellers at 298, so I'm sure 299. And ooh, DPW cracking down some more. Cracking $4, cracking $3.96. There's not much support left for this. If it cracks right here, it's probably gonna dump hard. It's probably gonna drop to 350 pretty quickly. You know, it's trying to hold up at 396 support now. The top of this candle right here. It's not looking good. Yikes. So the lesson of the day. The lesson we learned the hard way today is lock in profits when you have them. Two different trades. I did not lock in profits. And 2 different trades I took losses. No matter what, you never know for sure what a stock is going to do. And when you are up in profit, it's best to lock something in. Oh, yeah, DPW cracking 390 now, looking pretty rough. But yeah, tight stop losses and lock in profits. That's the lessons. Like, I'm kind of kicking myself right now on this too, because I got in at 450 and this ran all the way up to 524, so that's a 75-cent move. Yeah, I should have locked that in without hesitation. So yeah, that's that should have been a lock in. That was a good move. Same thing with HTBX. Got in at 3, ran up to 320. That's a 20-cent move right out the gate. So that should have been a nice little quick profit as well. So you got to lock in profits. You can't be greedy. And you got to have tight stop losses. HTBX is losing a little bit of volume. Does have some decent buyers there at 296. Let's see what's DPW's trying to hold up at that 396 still. Another thing is you can see the downtrend on this. The downtrend, for it to get back over the downtrend, it's got to get back over 430. It's a ways away from that. Just starting to try to push back above 4 here. But if 4 starts acting as big resistance, then I'd be a little nervous on it. It's a bloodbath. You don't say, One Life. You don't say. My biggest concern right now would be if $4 is starting to act as a resistance. If $4 doesn't, if it doesn't break back over 4, which it looks like it's kind of struggling to right here on the 1 minute. Yeah, it's having issues even getting to 4. Let's see, HTBX trying to break over 3 here. And it's struggling too. Is this one of those days where stocks just don't want to break out? Because this would be the second failed attempt of HTBX. If it doesn't break up out of this triangle. BRQX QS is actually on a little trend line. It got a nice triangle on this Foreman as well. Up to that 135 area. 50% retracement is only hope. You still in it, One Life? You still holding on? 'Cause I would be sweating bullets if I was still in this right now. Yeah, you are still in it? Whew. See, is $3 going to break down here? Slowly. There we go. Now 3's starting to break. There it goes. Now it's popping over 3. Whoa, it's a big seller at 302, but he's getting taken out. Buying volume starting to come into HTBX a little bit here. 304 was pre-market high. If it can break over 304, I think it'll have another run up to 320 at least. Woo, it's big sellers at 305 though. Let's see if they get taken out. You can see at 305. There's a lot of shares that just got taken out between 3 and 304, but there's still a lot of sellers sitting at 305, and it's probably these shorters on this. That was a good buying volume, a good candle on that. 600,000 in volume on that 1 minute candle. 305 is going to have to break down. You have to have a margin account to short. If you have a margin account, then you'll be able to short with the Thinkorswim. I'm not aware of any way to short without a margin account. Usually, you always you have to have margin because when you're shorting, you're selling the shares. You're selling shares on loan from your broker. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do that. If you're new, if you're new, you don't really want to short anyway. Oh, DPW popped back up over 4 all of a sudden. Trying to push all the way back up. Good bit of buying. DPW may not be done yet. It depends if it can get back over 415. I think it could be possible play again. But right here at the moment, though, it's still a little sketchy. See, 3's still. Oh no, 3 broke down again. Looks like HTBX is trying to hold up $3 support now. If it can do that while it's trying to consolidate and break through 305. Now, the question is, was this new buyers or was this shorters covering because they shorted it from $5.20 down to $4 and They saw that 390 area didn't crack anymore, so that would be my question, whether this was new buyers or if this was shorters covering. It was a pretty decent day, Mark. It was not a bad one. I mean, I took 2 losses, but that was my own fault for taking 2 losses because I was up on both of them immediately as soon as I got in them. So I have nobody to blame but myself for the 2 losses. But there was a good opportunities and maybe a possible another good opportunity here on HTBX as it's trying to wiggle its way through 3 something. And DPW could come back to life soon. It was looking real sketchy there for a second, like extremely sketchy. But four can start holding that support again. Oh, see, HTBX just popped through 305 finally. Big seller at 310, but they got taken out. So we've taken out a lot of sellers on HTBX so far in this one little candle. I didn't blame you. I said I have nobody to blame but myself. Selling a lot of selling at 310. Well, that's starting to break down though. Nope. There it goes. Now 310 starting to break. Oh, sellers keep coming back in though. Boy, the sellers really want to keep this down. They do not want this to move up. The buyers are starting to win the war here on HTBX. .310 is holding up as some resistance now. Or actually 312 right across these 2 candles. See, DPW back down to 4. Ooh, big buyer just came in at 308. So got a little bit of a flag here on the 1 minute on HTBX. Right here at this 312 resistance. I got on 2 shirts. I always wear 2 shirts. Gotta be prepared. HTBX trying to start breaking out of this little flag. Struggling with 312 still. 312 starting to break down. There you go, through 312, through 313. A lot of selling at 315, but it looks like it's getting taken out. slowly. Buyers are trying to break through the 315, and they're slowly we're taking it out. There it goes. It's about to break through 315 right here. Yep, there you go. Let's see if it gets up to 320. 320 was that high. If it breaks over 320, 325 will probably be next resistance, and then after that, who knows? Yeah, DPW is coming back alive again now. Take this little flag off here. That was a perfect little flag on the 1 minute. Get off here. Oops. Mark, you got SN, is it SNSFF OTC stock? Now you want to see 310 hold as support for HTBX to keep climbing up. It's getting hung up at 317. So you want to see 310 hold. Actually, you won't see at 312 area hold. That was more resistance than 310 was. So if at 312 area hold, this should be good to go up to 320. A little bit of selling at 316. Looks like it's going to try for 320 right here. See what it looks like at 320. Yeah, there's a lot of sellers at 320. Let's see if they get taken out. Oh, yeah, they're getting taken out quick. This is going to pop up to 325 or 324. So that's a new high a day, so it could have a pullback after this because it had a pullback earlier when it made a new high a day. But at this point, you want to see 315 hold. If 315 can hold, then it can keep moving up. Let's see. It looks like it might try to push through 324 here. There it goes. 325 or some sellers out. Let's see if it can break through that. So 320 was the high a day, so you definitely want to see that start becoming new support, which it's trying to right now. What are you talking about, Dom? HTBX? Talking about when we got it back here? Sometimes that happens, but right now it is making higher highs and higher lows. Got highs there and all the lows are heading up. Yeah. Yeah, I was expecting to get the 325 on this candle, but it got hung up at 320, and actually the body of the candle got hung up at 315, but I don't know. It just didn't get the 325. I'd have been a lot more willing to lock out at 325 than at 320. 320 just didn't feel like the spot. So you see 315 trying to start hold as support. Did anybody get in on this triangle break here on HTBX this time? The break of 3? Let's see if it starts testing 325 again, it might break over 325 right here. Because it did take out a ton of sellers at 325 when it hit it. A lot of sellers at 325 again, and they're slowly getting taken out. Yeah, they're getting taken out. There you go. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. All the way up to 328. So that's a nice 28-cent run so far on HTBX on this triangle breakout. Here's the thing. At this point, the only resistance is natural resistance. There's nothing back on this chart anywhere. You'd have to look back at the max chart, and it's pretty hard to see anything. Let's see. 3 was resistance there. So actually, next resistance is about 368 is next resistance on this, on as far as past chart. So it's got room to at least go to 350. I don't know if it's going to or not. It's hard to tell because that's really not a lot of resistance. And the stock is 4 days on a 4-day run up. So at this point, I mean, I really don't know what to tell you what a profit target would be. I would just be looking maybe at every 5 to 10 cents, something like that. Oh, Mark, did you get in HTBX? I mean, 330 might be all this has. There's no really way to tell. I mean, there's not a lot of resistance ahead, so. Hold on, give me just. I mean, at this point, you just want support to hold up. You want old resistance to hold as new support. As long as old resistance starts holding as new support, like that 315 held there. Now you want to see 320 hold, and then you want to see 325 start holding, but that's about the only way you're going to be able to tell when to keep holding this and when to sell. So like at this point, if it cracks below 320, I would think about getting out probably. Well, 315 is pretty strong. 315 would probably be at least at 315. If you got in at 3, that's still a 15-cent profit if it doesn't keep moving. Don't bother on the triangles, huh? Don't listen to Daniel B. Epic. Daniel B does not like triangles. He doesn't like lines. He doesn't like anything. Daniel B trades naked chart. That's what he trades. But this was an easy triangle breakout. Like I sit here and walked through the whole steps of this breakout, all the way up to this move. I'm not a pro. I do not claim to be a pro. Daniel B and One Life, they're closer to pro traders than I am. I'd say Daniel B is a pro, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Daniel B just goes naked chart with the time and sells. He just reads strict price action. That's it. DPW trying to hang in there now. It's holding up over 4. Got real sketchy down there in that area, but it's trying to come back up. I mean, it's downtrend though. It's still in a downtrend. Still sketchy. See 325 holding the best some resistance again on HTBX. Trading on rumors. And you see another little flag here on the 1 minute. So if this breaks up over 327, it'll probably start breaking through 330. So there's some sellers coming in at 327 right at this little triangle downtrend. 327 starting to break down a little bit. Let's see if buying volume starts coming in here. A little bit. Nope, 327 held up. I know it's already 10:30. I'm fixing in the stream here in a second. I just want to see what HTBX is gonna do. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I meant to extend it to the right, but whatever. So now 325 is going to be your resistance on this downtrend. So it's got to break over 325 to try to push back up. If it doesn't do that, it's going to crack. If it cracks below 320, it looks like it's starting to. Let's see, 320 is trying to hold. It may pull back down. It may pull back down to 315 if this doesn't break over 325 soon. Where's DPW at again? DPW back down to 4. Still a little sketchy. Did get a decent little pop from 392 up to 426 there, but these pops are getting smaller and smaller. I can see 320 cracking there, so it looks like HTBX may be. Yeah, it's gonna have a pullback now. But still, pretty good move up to 330, about a 30-cent move. So, alright, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Appreciate you guys joining me as always. We'll be back tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time.